computer's freaking out.
Perfect.
Hi guys, your visuals dropped on the Discord.
Yeah, then my whole PC just like decided to absolutely freak out. If I'm honest with you,
So it's nice.
it should be okay now. No, it's not.
Okay, I've got try watch stream. Okay, yeah, I can see the front end. Yeah, your robot factory just spinning around the top.
Yeah, wicked.
Okay, well, I'm just going to try and tell my kids to get off now.
And they've put us out live.
Sorted.
Hi everyone. I'm ApacheSmash.
I'm Tasty.
We are going to be
And
running.
I'm David Doak.
Yeah, welcome David. We're going to be running TimeSplitters 2 any percent co-op, and we've got David Doak, who was the game designer for the game, joining us, which we're pretty excited about.
So we're going to be running the game on easy, and there's a lot of reasons. Not only because it's faster, but because the damage scaling is so much lower, we can do a lot more things that we wouldn't be able to do on different difficulties. Like boosting's a big one. Most of the time, when we're shooting at each other, it's not just for fun; it's actually faster.
It's sometimes for fun, but you can actually boost one another, and the guards can boost you as well. So we'll always try and shoot the guards who are in our way, but where they're behind us, where they're going to be behind us for a long time, we'll leave them, so they'll do damage to us and push us forward. There's some of the little tricks we're going to do as well.
That's interesting. I hadn't realised you'd be boosting each other.
As much as possible, yeah. So they're going to start the time for me, but we'll go in 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, TimeSplitters 2, it's 10 levels. The levels for me are all really memorable because they're so different from one another. They're set in all different parts of time, some in the past and some in the future as well. Siberia is one of my favourite levels. We're gonna go underground, and there's a little trick that we do right at the start where Adam's going to stand in front of the security camera, which will set the alarm off, and it will bring a guard through a door that we'd normally have to open. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So this can open this door for us, and we can just go straight through. Normally, you would have to go up and press a button in order to get through that door. So it's a little speed tech that you can do in co-op.
Okay.
I'm just going to fill.
And he's doing some. He's doing the destroy the satellite dish objectives. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's
okay.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest things of co-op is that I can do different parts of the missions while Pat does a different part. Well, Pat's so ahead now that he can basically run to the end of the level and fill the last quotas. Meanwhile, I'm literally just trying to race in there and go and stand on the end trigger of the level, because that's also another thing as well. I can go and stand at different places while he does a different part.
Yeah, so there's no cheating, getting out of bounds or anything to end the level, because the end level marker won't spawn until you've completed everything. So what we'll do, as Adam was saying, on most levels is the other player will just stand in the place where it will spawn, ready for when the objective completes.
Just to trigger it out there. Cool.
It's a good way of preventing people from completing levels early, hiding that level marker.
So interesting. Even though this dam is kind of inspired by GoldenEye, the artist who built it, Rob Steptoe, wasn't from Rare. He was the guy who joined us at Free Radical, and it was pretty much his idea. He just said, we were doing TimeSplitters 2. We were letting artists pick environments that they wanted to do, and he said, "Oh, can I do a dam?" So it's kind of like a homage to GoldenEye. So that was the starting point.
I was actually going to ask you that. I was thinking that this morning when I was having my brew. I was like, wait, they both start on dams.
Yeah.
But this game, it's kind of in a way a spiritual successor to GoldenEye, right? Like it's a first-person shooter, but you're not kind of like held back by following what the movie wants you to do. Right? You do what you want with it, but I suppose it's more like Perfect Dark, but for a FPS is generally control better on the mouse and keyboard, but I've always found TimeSplitters to be really playable with the controller. It's my favourite FPS to play.
This game has like converted me to using inverted controls for some reason. I don't know what about it, but it runs really smooth.
Oh gosh, that's interesting. Yeah, so because that's one of the things. I mean, particularly with GoldenEye, it's one of the things that has dated a lot. GoldenEye had the there's only the one stick on the controller, the N64, but obviously on the TimeSplitters 2 generation consoles, it's all dual analog. It's interesting. I think you said you were playing this on Dolphin. There's also a mod for Dolphin that allows you to play this mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, it's banned for the speed run for obvious reasons, but but I think you kind of invalidate a lot of the difficulty of this game if you do play it with a mouse and keyboard, because it really is built to be played on the controller.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And one of the major benefits of us playing on Dolphin, especially over the past few months, is we've been able to practice over netplay, which has been huge. Obviously, not being able to be in the same room. And it runs perfectly on there as well, which is always nice.
Oh, I didn't know that. So can you play multiplayer with Dolphin as well, like arcade stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot's been done because of Smash Brothers Melee in making it easier to play online, and that's becoming like a huge community now. But it's any GameCube game. If you fiddle around with them, you can definitely, be playing online with your friends, which is great.
Yeah, if you fancy a 1v1, David, we can go after the stream.
So this you're doing the pull as well. So on this level, one of the programmers, Mike Armstrong, who he basically with TimeSplitters 2, one guy did the Xbox and the GameCube port.
Wow.
And when Mike was doing particularly this level, he just decided to mess about with a bunch of physics stuff. So that pool table was just him thinking, oh well, I'll have a play around and get it working.
It really does work well with the level as well, with it being like Chicago in this time period, like pool halls, and there's also an Irish pub as well. There's O'Leary's. So this is where we'll do some boosting, because it's an easy section. I picked up a Tommy gun earlier off one of the
okay,
the
right,
guards.
yeah.
Get some boosting done. So for a marathon run, we'll try and we wouldn't do that as often as we'd do if we were just going for the best time, because you are still harming the other player, and if the health's low, at risk of dying, much slower. Got a little boss fight here. The boss fights, they take like 8 times damage if you shoot them in the head, so body shots are kind of worthless. You do just want to stand and aim for the head.
So that was big Tony. You just ran up the stairs and unloaded in his face, basically. I think there were no TimeSplitters were harmed in the making.
Yeah. So when you get to the end of the level, the real bad guys will spawn in because they're after the time crystal, the TimeSplitters. They're much more armored than other enemies, and they do more damage to you. But we don't see too many of those in the run, because we get out of there as soon as we get the time crystal generally. This is probably the hardest level. Yeah. I think it's the hardest level in this.
It's definitely one that the most amount of things can go wrong on.
Yeah. Someone on Twitter the other day, I saw a run with you do the same thing where you split up to get underneath the feet of the portal demon.
No, you don't. We try and spawn it in as early as possible, but we'll be on the top floor, and then we'll just shoot in the head. But we're both going to do the whole level on fire. So obviously, if we touch the maidens, we'll get a game over screen.
Right.
So I'm trying my best to shoot the shackles off, but it's not always possible. I have to sort of edge myself slightly closer to them to free them. Otherwise, I'll set them on fire and then have to start the mission again. Thankfully, got both of them.
It's interesting that little bit of the catacombs where the maidens are. I don't know if you've noticed there are various crypts scattered around, which we always had the idea that the crypt zombies would climb out of kind of sarcophagi, but we never got around to doing it.
Well, that would have been awesome. It's one of my favourite levels in terms of design, with like the spiralling staircases and the unholy church theme.
And it's crazy because again, this is Carl Hilton, who was on Goldeneye as well. Carl just wanted to build Notre Dame, so he built that interior, and then a lot of these levels, the gameplay was built around the level. Like particularly like the Portal Demon as well. That was just our way of trying to do something interesting in that space. So I think James Cunliffe, who was charge of animation, he just at one point said, "Well, why don't we just scale up one of the characters and
get a level
animate them in the space?"
We might not get a level complete here.
Yeah, normally we can leave the Hunchback. Yeah, normally we can leave the Hunchback to clear out the rest of the zombies, but he's not always consistent, which is.
Oh right.
We locked out.
No, I've gone the wrong way.
Oh, you locked it. Oh no! So you're relying on an NPC to.
Yeah, we trusted him. We trusted the Hunchback.
There we go.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, you got it. Excellent.
Yeah. So the other thing with leaving the Hunchback to deal with them is he's at risk of dying. And also with going back for it, the Portal Demon won't spawn until you're both there. But the Portal Demon's not too bad of a boss. He takes a lot of damage in his head. So you can generally get him in one clip. The other thing of being slow on this level is we're on fire and we don't get put out until we reach the roof where it's raining.
I am really
low. It's raining, yeah.
I'm going to pick up the body armor here because I'm quite low on health. Just want to hit on the right.
If you die, it's fine. You've got time crystal, right? So with co-op as well, on every level you'll pick up a time crystal. And if the person carrying it dies, the other player will have to go back and get it in order to complete the level.
That was really nice kill.
So there's 2 bosses on that level.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think, just going to say for the people watching, if you're not familiar with TimeSplitters, so in the single player levels, you basically do this kind of quantum leap where you're leaping into the body of a character who's the protagonist in that time zone, and then we always wanted to have co-op. So at each time zone there are two unique characters. So in this one, I think Hank Nova is the astronaut and Candy Skylar is his sidekick.
Yeah.
And they've both got this as the whole TimeSplitters franchise was basically us riffing and spoofing various genres of films. So this is a kind of 1950s kind of Forbidden Planet, that kind of sci-fi.
Who's your favourite character, David?
Every time someone asks me, I think of a different one because I just I'm in TimeSplitters 2. I'm very fond of Viola, who was the character you just played in Notre Dame, and Gretel. I think the Gretel robot with the little we'll see her later with the red cape around her head.
Yeah, I think Gretel is my favourite character.
Yeah.
I like Harry Tipper as well. I think he's really cool.
Yeah, well, the Harry Tipper character is great because we kind of by 3 he had this extended role where the story stuff is a lot more deeper and fleshed out in 3, and Harry Tipper's for those who don't know him, he's a kind of 1960s James Bond spy kind of guy, but he's got this very kind of sleazy, cool, laid back side to him.
This part of the run, we have to kill enough of these guys so the spaceship will let us on it. There's a portal that will spawn on the spaceship, and you have to kill 2 waves, and then before it will start descending.
So now it's open, I can just sit underneath it, and it'll let me in when it's ready.
I always loved what the artist. This is Rob Steptoe, I think, who built the dam. I just love the off-kilter interior to the.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not a massive fan of it because I get lost in it quite easily.
So this is the best stage, Neo Tokyo, 2019, I think it is, by the way. So this is now in the past, but it was in the future before when it was made. So
a very action-packed stage.
Oh yeah, it's a big one. The objective is to follow the spy into the underground base. We're not going to do that. I think I'm having some trouble with my game because I think it might be because I'm putting it through both streams, but we'll just deal with it. It's fine.
Yeah. It's a very action-packed level for me specifically. Pat's going to go left on this turn in here. I'm just going to go right to this bridge. And now I'm going to put my controller down for the next 3 minutes.
So this is where we'd like to say host if you'd like to jump in here.
Oh,
Now's a good time.
oh yeah, I guess right now is a good time because indeed we've got a couple donations, very lovely donations. So we've got $5 from Tiny Tim saying, "Hey y'all, really looking forward to this amazing run. Good luck to Apache and Tasty, and big shout outs to David for the commentary. It's always amazing to see devs commentating on runs of their games, so thank you for your time. Cheers."
Thanks, Tim.
And thank you so much for your donation. And we've got another $20 donation from Smackle saying, "Go fast."
We'll try.
So Oh, sorry, you not finished. Sorry, Carl.
Oh, I was just going to say, just a general, thank you so much for your donations. But if you've got anything to say right now, now is the time to say, because I mean your insight right now is excellent.
So David can't see, but the stream could probably spot a little Easter egg in the back of the camera. If Pat, you'd like to.
Yeah, so we've got Second Sight playing in the background. Second Sight's another game David's a huge part of, and can we have a second one? second Sight.
Oh yes, well yeah. For many of us at Free Radical, that was the game that we look back fondly on. I mean, I wrote a lot of the story and stuff for that, so and I think it was quite interesting seeing Control come out the other year because it kind of borrows a lot of Second Sight. So Neo Tokyo, if anyone is unfamiliar with the source material for Neo Tokyo, I recommend that you go immediately and watch the film Blade Runner. I mean,
You said, yeah.
I said this one as well. I said it's definitely Blade Runner.
So again, another banging track from Graham Norgate, who did all of our audio.
Definitely.
And I think it just beautifully kind of skirts the edge of I don't know, copyright infringement test.
Homage and theft. It's between somewhere between
we never got a letter from Vangelis.
Yeah.
It's not plagiarism if it's a tribute. That's fine.
Yeah.
So while I'm sat here for the entire thing, Pat actually has one of the more difficult parts of the run here. Not so much sneaking into this base, but to do this last part cleanly and kill the boss along with collecting the time crystal. There's a few different characters that can body block on this corridor, so Pat's going to have to try and headshot and do a unarmed takedown on one of the NPCs as well. And then when the boss spawns, as soon as you knock her hat off by headshotting her, she'll try to run away, which can waste quite a lot of time if you don't catch her early. So hopefully we'll be able to grab her quick and I can walk straight into the end of the level.
Oh, she's blocking the stairs.
Hopefully she won't come back and block again. So as soon as he pulls this switch, I can walk over. I've literally only held forward this entire level. It's great for me. Very stressful for Pat.
It is a really, really difficult level.
Yeah, so he's going to switch to fists, and then that was very quick. Beautiful.
Yeah, so you have to switch between the pistol. You have to be able to take the first guard down, which means you don't have to use the computer to open the door. Because the other guard will come through because they hear the gunshot. Then you have to get past them and hope they don't body block you. Punch another guard and then switch back to your gun to headshot the boss. And then that means she'll only be taken down in 2 punches. Normally she has so much health, the boss with the hat on. So yeah, that's one of the toughest sections of the run.
This one's another very Pat-focused level. I get to chill out in this cage, in this jail for a minute until he sets me free. But this one's pretty straightforward with a little tricky aiming, especially getting the water barrels.
Oh, you No, very sneaky. Essentially shot through the.
Yeah, rather than going round, we'll just shoot through the
Don't
window.
go. Yeah, sniper rifle. Help! Help! Venus Star. I think she's good. Venus.
I don't know if
quite
I
an
got it.
ample
I
lady.
got it. Oh, I did get it. There's a couple of barrels that you got to put out the fire to rescue the girl. There's a couple of barrels filled with water behind her. When you're going for the best times, you can just shoot them both in one strafe, but it's really difficult to pull off, and I'd end up going back to correct it anyway if I tried it here in Marathon. So
there's a little bit of a rare joke here in that there was always a running joke that every rare game would have a minecart level in it. So,
that minecart part
much
is one of my most stressful parts because there's a lot of times where I get shot off the side of the
on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been fun to that, and that's why I watched
Oh,
very short level.
yeah, so it's one of those where the knockback is not in your favour at all. There's also when you're running into the boss room, if you don't get there quick enough, he'll just begin running away. But if you get into the room at the same time, you can just have the boss be stationary.
Mm-hmm. This one's one of the more interesting stages in the entire game. There's a lot of moving
So
parts.
is this stressful because of the RNG in it?
It's just stressful if you're slow. Just got to be fast.
Right.
I get to be Harry now, best character.
Yay!
This level's great. You've got scientists who are going to put out bombs, defuse bombs. There's absolutely tons of guards to kill. There's a mini game to defuse one of the bombs. There's tons going on in this level. I think this is the best level in the game.
Definitely the most interesting from a gameplay standpoint.
Ah, cool.
Interestingly, so Pat just went to go and rescue one of the scientists there, and you'll have to stand next to him to trigger him to say, I'm going to defuse the bombs. But this one through here, as long as we kill all the guards before and after him, he will find his own way to the bomb, which is quite nice. So we don't have to sit and wait around for him to wake up.
Oh, I love those doors. It's great having silly, strangely hinged glass doors in games.
I'm like at the same stage as you here. I feel like I must have done something wrong because I feel like I shouldn't be here already. But I don't know. We'll find out when we get to the end of the level, I'm sure. So yeah, there's the timer counting down. The place is going to blow up if we don't defuse all the bombs in time. But it's quite a generous timer, so we should be okay. The biggest danger we face is Adam will take a lot of damage on this level because he runs ahead earlier than I do, and there's just so many guards on this stage. The other thing that can end this level is doing this bomb wrong.
Right, yeah.
So if you drop the bomb before you put it in the container, you get a mission fail.
No pressure.
Yeah. It's all good, we've done it.
Oh, this has got all these cheap shot guys who spawn in the containers as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, they're put all in interesting places, and there's also a minigun that likes to set off and stop you from moving.
Yeah, because as much as the boosting helps us to push us forwards, any shot that we take will lower our speed. So we'll try and take people out as quick as possible. Prop that door, wake up the last time.
I'm impressed. Kip and Celeste running ahead and just clearing the way for him.
So we'll get a boss spawn once we get past a checkpoint on this level. I like this boss when he spawns. He goes Tipper.
Yeah. So we brought him back and in Future Perfect as well, the Kalos character.
So I'm just pulling these switches. Pat's just finished the boss.
Oh,
I'll
actually,
get
a
it.
TimeSplitters.
He has to get to see some TimeSplitters now. Yeah. Now they stand on the portal ready.
Have we missed an objective? We must have. Time crystal.
Yeah,
I've not picked it
I'll
up.
go get it. No. That's the thing. The thing is about that boss is when he does drop the time crystal, sometimes he just launches it very far away from his body.
Right.
He just, as he's dying, he just pulls out his pocket and throws it across the room. I'm so glad it was the time crystal
not the
though.
bombs.
When the portal didn't spawn, I thought, what haven't we done?
Oh, no, I've got to go all the way back.
Aztec is a tough old level. This is one where Adam's going to do everything and I'm going to stand around.
Yeah, there's not much tricks wise. It's mostly just clean movements around most of these corridors for me to go and open up. Is it a tomb? I don't really know. The part where the golems is. So
yeah. And this also, so this was this is where the monkeys were first really introduced, I think.
Oh, definitely. And I'd like to say that no monkeys will be harmed during this level, but I can't.
Oh,
unless they get in the way.
Yeah.
They get in the way, yeah. Well, they're up in trees throwing explosive melons or something.
Yeah, and they can open the at the end of the level. We've got to knock some golems into holes in the floor.
Yeah.
And the monkeys will occasionally throw watermelons, which will open them as well. So we can risk of falling in.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if I don't kill those monkeys, they can stand and block me. So it's a necessary necessary evil.
Right in the monkey nuts.
Also, for some reason, the golems seem to really like these monkeys as well, and sometimes will track to them instead of us, which is quite annoying. But hopefully, this is definitely one of the more random factors of the run, but we have a few backups just in case. Normally, Pat will try and get 2 golems and I'll get the 1, but we can always switch if they don't go our way.
Yeah, they like to aggro. If you both stood too close to them, they'll just constantly change their aggro and they'll run from one to the other. And you need to be able to move them into the correct position. So these are the monkeys that'll stand around throwing watermelons, explosive watermelons.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah. Everything explodes.
So
I've got one. Oh, I'll go have a look. Right? Yeah, he's here. Yeah, I got him.
see, he's just bashing the floor of it. We'll try and trick him onto that. You got them both?
Yeah.
Sorted.
What we missing?
Nothing. There's always a hold your breath once we think everything's finished.
We have done this run before, I swear. But yeah, that's a real nerve-wracking level because it's just really easy to fall in and die, and the golems sometimes don't cooperate as best they can. Robot Factory is another level just absolutely filled with enemies. There's a lot of boosting in this level, a lot of completing different objectives at different times in order to speed up the level. And this is where you play as Gretel Mark II as well. And R109, I think.
R109, yeah.
So
Pat's got the Wikipedia page of the characters open next.
Yeah, just in case. This is a level where you'll shoot the back of enemies and then run ahead of them and hope that they boost you. That's a good way of getting a little bit of time save. I'm kind of bottlenecked here because I have to wait for this bridge to extend before I can continue. The boss at the end of this level is absolutely fantastic as well. The machinist.
The dark machinist he called. Yeah. Basically, yeah. So a young lad who's gone down a dodgy career path.
The little part of the level here is we use this electro tool in order to destroy the objectives, and you have to manage the amount of ammo you have in this gun because if you run out, you have to go really out your way to pick up another one. There's a laser fence that won't open until we destroy all the guards that spawn there. That should be them.
Yeah. So I'm going to grab the electro tool from the end of this corridor and run ahead. And there's another one that you have to flick a switch in order to move a crane. So I'm going to run straight to that and let that move by itself because there's a shield across it that we can't hit. So we can't hit the actual node until that's down. So I'll do that early and then come back and do another node in the meantime.
These mines that sometimes
and those chassis bots, we just have those like blocks of them just spawning at once, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just around you.
So this one we reach at the same time, so we can both do it.
Yeah. So you both charged it up. Yeah. Cool.
It means Adam has enough ammo to do the last one on his own. Just better ammo management for the electro tool because it can be. This last one can be a nightmare.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not quite sure if you're hitting it or not, which is lovely. And then if you run out of electro tool, it's a long way back. There's a set amount of spawns of robots here that we need to take down for the gates on the end of the bridge to open. There's 4 on my side, I think. Hope we've had a gun.
This fence at the end won't disappear until we've killed a certain number of enemies.
He says.
Yeah. Until we've killed a certain number of enemies, including that one.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And a very long, arduous boss fight here.
Yeah, this is a real tough one. We're gonna have to come up with some awesome strategies to beat this guy.
I think I should just shoot it now.
Is he going to literally last like 10 seconds?
There we go.
So the sci-fi gun, skiffy gun,
the skiffy.
the bullets ricochet.
Your skiffy gun.
The bullets ricochet, so if you shoot it underneath, they'll just bounce around and deal multiple instant
Right,
damage.
so they get trapped, so everything's automatically hitting. Right.
Mm-hmm. Can I just ask David, why does the level select automatically go to the first level when you're on the last level? Because it's a bit of a pain.
Cost us a whole second, that maybe.
Sounds like a bug. I don't know what that is for. No. I guess it's. I suppose it might be notionally because this is, it's where you were at the start, wasn't it? So, but it sounds like more like a bug to me.
So this is one of the levels where we split apart for the most of it. Pat is actually going to die in this level because it's faster than because at the end of the level it only takes one of us to activate the trigger to end.
Right. So okay. So rather than have to traverse and catch up.
Mm-hmm.
I just wouldn't be of any use because you've just got to go to the end of the level after shooting down the TimeSplitter ships.
Take the lead here, go down to the TimeSplitter ship. Try and kill these guys. We had a lovely run before.
Oh, the little baby TimeSplitters.
The little baby cost us about 10 seconds in our previous run because he managed to, in this room that Pat's in, one of the babies went into the door and managed to reopen it again, resetting the timer, which was lovely.
Oh, gosh.
It's one of those where it happens in the practice run, so you know it won't happen in the real run, which is good. I'd be devastated if that happened now. But yeah, we're going to shoot down the TimeSplitters. Ships. I'm really not good at this.
Yeah.
I think I'm the worst at this. Adam, whenever we run it together, Adam's just making fun of my ability to shoot down these ships.
Yeah, this is exactly as easy as it looks. Any ships that are missed is definitely Pat's huge mistake, and there's no reason why he should be missing a single one of these. Actually, her boxes on them are actually quite wonky. Sometimes, with the amount of bullets being sprayed, you assume that some of them go down, but some of them will just slip past you without you realising.
Yeah, you're at risk of dying as well because obviously you're out in space, so your health's draining. And also there's a TimeSplitter that can spawn on the left of you and deal damage to you, so that's why I just picked up the body armor just for a bit of safety.
Well, I'm waiting. This door will only open as soon as Pat's shot down all the TimeSplitters, so this is another example of us splitting up and always completely low blaster. Lovely. So now it's all down to me.
So now Adam's going to do something in order to time getting on top of the lift. He doesn't want to. He wants to call a lift, but he doesn't want to get actually in the lift. He wants to get on top of it in order to do kind of a glitch to get off the elevator faster. So what he's going to do is run back and pick up the minigun, which is like a way of just timing where the elevator is. So when he gets
too
back,
many runs where I've managed to fall off the elevator because I've been shot down by a TimeSplitter that I just do that for safety now. So I'm actually stood on top of a light fitting on top of the elevator.
You're done. You're just out there bleeding out in space, basically.
yeah, just waiting to die.
Doing the hit react.
So this is the home run as long as Adam does it fine. He's gonna jump off the lift. He's gonna lose a lot of health for doing it.
Yeah, I hope I've got enough health for this. I'm gonna find out.
Oh no. So that's 100% authentic. That's what it sounds like when someone dies in a vacuum.
Yes. Yeah. Did you actually go to space and test that as part of like to make the game?
Well,
that is
I just had the budget for it.
That's it. That's TimeSplitters. Thank you very much for joining us, David. It was a real honour to to
Yeah,
do this run.
Well, it looked like it went very smoothly.
We wish the run was longer, to be honest, because we spent more time with you. But unfortunately, yeah.
Well, we could do it again. I mean, how much longer does it add to it when you go to the higher difficulties? I expect it's quite a lot.
Definitely. Well, not only is there more objectives, but the fact that you take a lot more damage means that there's a lot more risk of dying. You have to play a lot safer. We can't boost as much. So this one is definitely the most fun for co-op because I get to shoot Pat in the back.
So yeah, we're gonna try maybe this in the future on a high difficulty and possibly learn second sight as well. Speedrun second sight.
Oh well, it would be great to commentate on something like that because there's a lot of things in there. But that was great fun to watch. Well done, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, GG, definitely. First off, definitely thank you so much to David for joining in for this because it's not every day you see a developer for a commentary in a marathon. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
For coming over. And of course, do give a follow to both runners, so to both Apache and Tasty, because it's been really amazing. Before we move on to the next run, are there any last words you'd like to say to the chat?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Myself and Pat actually run a mystery game tournament. We've been doing over the lockdown online. We've been doing it over the past few weeks, and we're actually up to the semi-finals, which will be tomorrow. So if anyone wants to tune into that, I'd be very thankful. That's on twitch.tv/TastyFox, should be 3 o'clock tomorrow. But yeah, thank you very much, David, again. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No worries. Good game.
All right. Up next, we've got VSR Void Space Racing. So it looks like we're going to go very fast in space, which is definitely a very good combination to have. 100% easy about Ulvind. So definitely we'll be getting to see that in a short intermission.